Hello. I would like for you to consider taking your daughter out of school. I am requesting that you quickly make a decision. I believe this way we can avoid any issues.
Mr. Lucas, you're Jace's homeroom teacher, right? What's going on? The fact that you went out of your way to ask Jace for my contact. I'm very concerned.
As I said, I would like for you to take your daughter out of school. I heard that you are a single mother. It must be difficult to pay for school as a single mother, am I correct? Just as a reminder, our school is a well-known private academy.
Yes, of course I am aware of the school's ranking. Why are you saying that single mothers can't pay for school?
Families that don't have a husband are inherently broken. Our school's tuition fees are much greater than you think. I don't want you to come crying to me later about this.
How did you come to this conclusion? We are more than able to continue paying for the tuition. And it is not your right to label single mothers as poor.
A similar situation happened in the past. A single mother wanted to show off and enrolled her child at this school. She wasn't able to pay for the tuition fees and ended up leaving. It was a very difficult task for me to handle.
Something like that happened, huh? I can see why it would be difficult to handle. But you can't assume that every single mother is the same.
I used to not take this stuff seriously in the past. I also thought the same thing as you. But because of those assumptions, I ended up putting myself in an awful situation. That's why you should take your daughter and leave before things get worse.
I don't think you've done this yet, but... Did you say anything to Jace?
I haven't told her anything. I wanted to tell you first. If you'll quietly do what I tell you to do, then I won't make a big deal out of it.
I can't believe you really assumed that we would just leave like that.
There's something off about children who are raised by single mothers. Many of them end up having twisted personalities.
Did you see that with your own eyes? Or are you simply labeling single mothers once again with your delusions?
It's because you're a single mother you would say something like that. But I am basing my words off the truth. After dealing with single mothers and their children, this is something I have come to realize. It's primarily because of my past experiences I am coming to you with such statements.
I find it difficult to believe that I'm hearing such words from an educator like yourself. Are you sure you're in the right mind to be teaching students?
What are you saying? It's exactly because of the fact that I'm in the position of teaching students that I'm able to say such things. I have to objectively look at things.
I don't understand why you think single mothers can't pay for tuition. You keep going on about this. Wouldn't it make more sense to contact them if the person actually became incapable of paying?
If I waited until they ran out of money, then it would be too late. I want to deal with the issue before it gets to that point. Excuse me, but how old are you?
What? What does my age have to do with this conversation?
I can feel the age difference between us when I read your messages. People these days are so stubborn. I went out of my way to give you this opportunity to quit going to my school. It's in your best interest to accept my offer.
Excuse me?
I have a few words to say about your daughter, too. Jace is extremely stubborn and doesn't try to get along with the kids around her, as I expected of the daughter of a single mother. She hasn't learned how to properly communicate. Her social skills are inferior to others.
What the hell are you saying? How dare you talk about my daughter like that?
I'm simply giving you my thoughts as an unbiased third person. But I think I understand the situation even more now after talking to you. Considering the fact that Jace has a mother who can't understand this basic conversation, I'm not surprised that she acts out in class.
Watch your tone. I've had enough. I will talk to Jace. We'll be in touch.
I understand. I have given you my advice. You have 1 week to decide.
I'll think about it. Hey, Jace. Sorry for bothering you while you're out with friends. But I need to talk to you about your teacher. Do you have a few minutes?
Yes, sure. What's going on? Did Mr. Lucas say something to you?
How does Mr. Lucas treat his students? Do you think he's a good teacher?
Nope, not at all. I hate him. He discriminates against certain students.
Really? How does he treat you?
Well, to be honest, I didn't really want to mention this. But there was one time in class when he suddenly started insulting you.
What?
He was talking about how much of a shame it is to raise a child without a father. How disappointing you must be to not be able to fix your relationship with your husband. He told the whole class not to end up like that.
Excuse me? What the heck? Are you serious?
Yes, he tried to make it into a big joke. I tried to brush it off and laughed along a bit. My classmates did the same thing as me.
I can't believe it. I'm so sorry this happened to you, Jace. I won't let him get away with this.
It's okay. I don't care what he says to me. I know that you already do a lot of things for me. It's best to just ignore these kinds of pathetic people. You're the one who taught me that.
That's right, but... I mean, it's great that you think this way. But if something is bothering you, then it's important to speak up about it. It's important to share your feelings and thoughts.
Yes, I know. Whatever happens, I never want to become an adult like him. That's for sure.
I see.
But did you know that there's actually another person in my class who was also being raised by a single mom? She gets treated really well by Mr. Lucas, though. I don't know why she gets special treatment.
Wait, really? I wonder why.
I can try asking her tomorrow. She might talk to me about it. Depending on what she says. Mr. Lucas might finally get disciplined for his actions.
I'm glad we think the same thing. Proud of you, daughter. All right, I'm counting on you then. Thank you for being so dependable.
No problem. Let's talk again soon. Have fun with your friends, okay?
It's been a week. Your time is up. Have you made your decision?
Well, aren't you persistent? I wonder who's the pathetic one now.
Wow, so cold. You're so immature. You're not a kid anymore. But it doesn't matter what you say anymore. The results won't change. Remember to handle the paperwork for your daughter by the end of the day.
Do you know who I am?
Do I look like I care? I'll play along with you. You're a single mother who failed to remarry and is now living a pitiful life. So yes, I'm pretty sure I know who you are.
I didn't fail to find another husband. I simply didn't want one. It's true that I'm a single mother.
Wow, suddenly getting all high and mighty now? Keep your sad little excuses to yourself. I don't need them. Listen up, all right? You better go and take your daughter out of my school if you know what's good for you.
I wonder who's going to be the one leaving school today.
Excuse me? Are you sleep-talking or something?
I'm the chairman of the school board. I've already informed the principal of our conversation.
What? What are you talking about?
I wanted to maintain an amicable relationship with you because my daughter is enrolled in your class. I didn't want to have to report the situation. But you really left me no choice. The principal is my aunt.
What? No, you're lying. You guys don't even have the same last name.
I'm being serious. Just because we don't have the same last name doesn't mean we're not relatives. I've screenshotted our entire conversation and sent it to the principal. I expect that you'll be packing your bags soon.
Hold on a second. This is all too sudden. How am I supposed to wrap my head around everything? I haven't said anything wrong, though.
You really think you haven't said anything wrong up until this point?
But I really did deal with an incident involving a single mother in the past. And that was super difficult for me. It's obvious that single mothers are poor. They can't raise their children effectively. I'm doing this on behalf of the school's reputation. All I'm doing is trying to protect the school.
Did any of your supervisors tell you to do this? Obviously not. This was entirely done based on your own discretion.
I mean, that may be right, but I just don't want to have to deal with another incident like the one in the past again.
Your actions are bringing down the school's reputation. Are you aware of this?
Yes, that may be true. But I still don't believe I am at fault for anything.
Oh, really? All right then, let's talk about your discriminatory actions toward students. Do you also believe that you are not at fault for this?
Huh? What are you talking about?
This is in regards to your comments toward students. Many have complained about how prejudiced and unfair you are during class. It seems like you also have another student who is being raised by a single mother.
And so what about her?
After you contacted me with your unreasonable demands, I talked to my daughter. My daughter didn't even need to say it out loud for me to understand just how frustrated she felt about the situation. I asked my daughter to do me a favor. I told her to speak to the other student I mentioned.
Wait, are you talking about Jenny?
Yes, Jenny. Unexpectedly, Jenny came to us with full-fledged cooperation.
What? What do you mean she cooperated?
She told us some interesting news. It seems like you're romantically involved with Jenny's mother.
That's not true. This is a complete lie.
Jenny was crying while she told her story. She said she felt so ashamed that she couldn't tell anyone the truth. No wonder you were giving Jenny special treatment.
No, that was never my intention.
I would only treat her nicely sometimes. She doesn't approve of your relationship with her mother and feels extremely uncomfortable when you treat her better than the other students. Other students spoke out against you as well.
What do you mean? All I ever wanted to do was act accordingly with my students' expectations of me. We get along very well. They even laugh at my jokes.
Oh, you mean those offensive jokes of yours? The ones where you make fun of single mothers? The students hated them.
What? How would you know?
Whenever you made those jokes at my daughter's expense, her classmates would comfort her after class. They would reach out and show her support. Your students are far more mature than you will ever be.
Did that actually happen? You should believe me, though. I've always had the students' best interests in mind.
You went ahead and decided the single mothers were poor and couldn't raise children. Did you really think that it was a good idea to laugh at someone else's expense?
I mean, it depends on the situation.
Something interesting is happening. At the very least, it seems like none of the students are on your side. Would you like to take a look at the messages you just received?
Messages? What's going on? The principal is blowing out my phone.
Oh, really now? I wonder if it's because you're getting fired. Unfortunately, it looks like being a teacher isn't the right job for you.
Wait, what the hell is this? I just got a notification on social media. Students expose teachers' hateful actions.
Sounds about right. I don't know all the details, but it looks like the students took matters into their own hands. Now everyone will know everything you did wrong.
Please stop them. I will take back my words. If this keeps going on, my future will be ruined.
You tried to destroy my daughter's future. But you ended up destroying only yours. The world doesn't need a malicious teacher like you who keeps shoving their own prejudices down other people's throats. Don't you dare to try to teach ever again.